up this regularly scheduled programming to bring you this presentation of Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network.
Yeah, as tip-off goes toward the Arabians. Mazingo on the other end, he drives, and it was a great bucket, and he gets two now.
Count the basket and the foul. Evan Mazingo going up strong and finishing strong.
This is Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network on 91.7 WEEM. Well, we welcome you to tonight's pregame interview on the ASN Coaches Show, 91.7 WEEM. I'm Lucas Williams, and joining me is Coach Buck. Thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Great, Lucas. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well myself. So getting straight into it with the win against Delta, I mean, you pulled it off 62-45. So what did you take from that game, and what do you think you can improve on going into tonight's game?
That was just one more game that we feel like is a step in the right direction. A game that we were not favored, conference game, one that our players were really looking forward to playing. Kind of disappointed that we didn't get to play it on Friday night because of the weather problems that Delta had. But, you know, for our players to bounce back the way they did and play in the middle of the afternoon, which is different than what their routine is normally. Very proud of them. I thought it was a great team effort. Played extremely hard on both ends of the court and had great contributions from everyone that played.
Yes, it was a very well fought game. So getting into tonight's game, I mean, what did practice look like this week heading into tonight's game?
We've had a good week of practice. For the most part, this team has responded very well to the way that we practice. We're very demanding. We're consistently demanding. And our players have responded well. We have some great leaders each time they step onto the court, whether it's a game or practice situation, that give maximum effort, and that can become contagious, and that's been very good for this team. You know, we've had a lot to prepare for, and playing a team like Greenfield, Greenfield's the real deal. They're worthy of all the recognition that they're getting. They're 15-0, ranked 7th in the state, and can bring many different players at you that you're going to have to defend. They all shoot the ball extremely well. They can put the ball on the floor and score going to the basket, and they have size and strength that you're going to have to be able to handle on the board. So a lot of challenges for us, but one that we're very much looking forward to. Another one of those games you hear me talk about throughout the season. We think playing in games like this when you're playing state-ranked teams, that it can do nothing but make you better. And that's our goal, of trying to be the best that we can be by the end of the season, and a game like this will. So we're looking forward to that challenge. TV's going to be here. Newspapers are going to be here. College scouts are going to be here to watch Mullins. So it should be an exciting night. Have a lot of our feeder programs going to be here tonight to be recognized. Cheerleaders have a program tonight. Coaches versus Cancer night. So big night here at Pendleton Heights, and hope we have a great fan base.
Yeah, so talking about Braylon Mullins, right now he's the leading scorer with over 26 points per game. Now, who will be guarding him tonight?
Well, we have, much like we've had in other games, we have more than one defensive game plan. But Josiah Gustin is a player that will have some time on Mullins, as well as Aaron Cookston. We feel like that Aaron is better when we face guard players and try to make them work extremely hard to get the basketball. First of all, we think that Aaron's our best. Aaron is a very physical player, gets through screens, whether he's going over the top or he can go underneath. He's our strongest and best as far as getting through a screen. But then Josiah, much like when we played Delta, we said that Josiah did a good job on Hood because of Joe's length, athleticism, and quickness. So there will be times that Josiah will also be on Mullins, and we hope that his length will bother Mullins. Mullins is the type of player that once he receives the basketball, he's a very good ball handler, and he can just flat rise above anyone that's shorter than him, and that's what concerns us with Aaron, because Mullins is 6'5", and Aaron's only 6'2".
Mm-hmm. So coming in with the last question, what do you think is just the key to obtaining a victory tonight?
Anytime you play a team with the ability of Greenfield, you have to play well in all aspects of the game. I mentioned offensively and defensively, we must play well, must play good help defense. We have been solid on the boards. We've been competitive on the boards, and that's mainly because our block off has really improved throughout the season. So, in a game that's going to come down to possibly, if we're going to win, it's going to be a very tight game. So if you miss a block off here or there, whether it's in the first quarter or the last quarter, that could be the difference in the game. We've had times where we've had some mental lapses where we become careless, inbound passes where we become lackadaisical, don't remain focused, and have turned the ball over at times down the stretch on simple inbounds plays that we shouldn't do. So if we're going to have a chance to win, we can't have those kind of mistakes. And, that's once again, that's what we try to do throughout the season, try to eliminate those things, get better each week, cut down on turnovers. It'll take that type of game for us. But once again, it's a tough weekend for us. And we may take it in the chops tonight against Greenfield, but we feel like that if we play hard and we compete, we'll put ourselves in a position to win. And if we don't, we think that this type of game will make us better. And then the challenge will be we must bounce back tomorrow morning, win or lose. You're either going to be on a high or a low, and you have to forget about that game, put it in the past, as I've talked to you about in the past, and you have to take a step forward and get on the bus and take a very tough trip to Hamilton Southeastern that's brings about different types of challenges. They're very athletic, very long, quick. So it'll be a completely different game prep. We've also been working on this week for Hamilton Southeastern. So a challenging weekend for our team, but one that we think we're up for the challenge.
Yes, absolutely. And that will do it all for the pregame show. We wish you and your squad the best of luck tonight against a very tough opponent, Greenfield Central, and tomorrow against Hamilton Southeastern.
Thank you.
So when we come back, Dawson and Braden will have your starting lineups. And as always, you're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Hey, are you okay?
No,
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
Are you constantly bored and tired on your way to school or work? Then you should tune into the Arabian Roundup. With your hosts Kennedy Quinn and Bella Myers, your morning will never be dull. The Arabian Roundup is from 5 to 7 a.m. Tuesday through Friday. But wait, you can't forget about the Arabian Stampede. You can tune to the Arabian Stampede while waiting to get out of the parking lot after school, on your way to work, and so on. You can catch your hosts Gracie Wolf, Samuel Duffer, and Layla Reef every Tuesday through Friday from 3 to 5 p.m. Get something fun out of your day with our WEEM shows.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
At first, just leaving the house was hard.
But Wounded Warrior Project helps you realize it's possible to get out there.
To feel a sense of camaraderie again.
To find the tools to live life better.
Through generous community support, we've connected warriors and their families with no-cost physical and mental health services, legislative advocacy, career assistance, and life skill training for 20 years. And we're just getting started.
Commissioners of the IHSAA. High school sports in Indiana couldn't be more different from other youth sports programs.
And we would.
91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEN, on air, online, and on demand.
But we can't do it without your support. Everything you donate goes to the station that the students operate here on 91.7 WEEM. Donate today at 917weem.org. Again, that is 917weem.org.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Welcome you back here to the Arabian Sports Network pregame show, 91.7 WEEM, as they announce the starting lineups for this evening's matchup. Taking a look at the current Hoosier Heritage standings, Greenfield Central first place coming into tonight's matchup. They stand at 15-0 overall, 5-0 in conference play. New Pal following not too far behind them at 3-1 in the conference. Mount Vernon at third place, 3-1 as well, 8-7 overall. Pendleton Heights coming in at fourth at 2-2. Then Delta, Yorktown, Shelbyville, and finishing out the group, the Newcastle Trojans. But what happens if Pendleton Heights moves? They're going to move up to third if Mount Vernon loses to Connorsville tonight. So say both those things happen, the Arabians move up one. Greenfield Central won't move, though. Of course, as I mentioned, New Pal, 3-1, Greenfield Central, 5-0. So even if they take their first loss on the season tonight, they will still stay in first. And if Greenfield Central wins, Pendleton Heights will drop down to fifth. Say Delta wins versus Wapahani, and they'll drop down to sixth if Delta wins and Yorktown wins. So quite a bit on the line tonight. Not necessarily so much for Greenfield Central, but for Pendleton Heights, you know, this impacts the conference standings quite a bit, and I'm sure that Coach Buck and the players would love to jump up maybe 1 or 2 spots by the end of the season.
Yeah, Dawson, I agree. For Coach Buck, they'd obviously want to jump spots, but they've got a lot of work to do, sitting at 8-8 on the season, which is definitely improvement from last year, as he's coming in with his first year back with Pendleton Heights. But then you look at Greenfield, 15-0. They're just not really looking to lose.
But coming into, as the players take the floor, Josiah Gustin at center court for the Arabians for the tip, and for the Greenfield Central Cougars, it's going to be Braylon Mullins. Now, Mullins coming off of a 14.9 against Shelbyville. He was shut down compared to his average of 26. He shot 27% from the field, so coming off of a cold night, Arabians hoping they can repeat that. Ball is up, and we are underway here this evening for some Hoosier Heritage basketball. Arabians going to win the tip. Cooper Sims with it in the front court. Sims, far wing, over to Cookston at the logo now. Cookston swinging around. Back to Cooper Sims with a one-handed pass. Right back to Cookston. Cookston shot fake. Gives it to Cooper. Now to Cookston. Arabians still looking for a good opportunity here. Cookston top of the key. Back to Sims. Sims with it at the right wing. A deep three for Sims. Left it short. No good. Greenfield Central covers. Here come the Cougars on the other end. And quickly now, Braylon Mullins strikes first with the left-handed layup. Greenfield Central now on top 2-0. We got a quick half-court press. Arabians break it. Josiah Gustin gets it down the floor, and a foul called. This is going to be against Jake Hinton, the senior. Again, Gustin got it down low and got fouled right away. Again, this is on the floor, so Arabians will inbound from underneath the basket. Sims inbounds to Mazingo, and a kickball violation. So once again, this will stay down here to the left with the Arabians as Aaron Cookson will inbound far sideline. Sims with it, the right front court. Over to Cookston, left wing, to the corner. Evan Mazingo with it, right back to Cookston on the bounce pass, who kicks it over to Cooper Sims. He kicks it to Cookston, back to Sims, nearly tipped out of bounds. Arabians recover. Some good defense here from the Cougars early as they're getting loud. And with that 3-2 zone, they get it inside. Gustin gets a shot up, and Gustin sinks it with the 8-foot jumper.
Very smart play by Aaron Cookson to get it inside.
Yeah, and the Arabians, nice move. They didn't force anything. They took their time. That was a long possession, and I think a lot of teams would force up a shot, but Arabians took their time and find the right opportunity. Boston Wheeler, the junior, with it, far wing. Takes it back outside after the drive to Robertson. Robertson hands off to Mullins. Mullins guarded by Cookston, opening up here. Over to an open Robertson, who kicks it now to Freeman. Freeman drives back outside. Mullins with it at the logo. Now to the corner, driving baseline, hitting to the corner. A wide open three here for Freeman. Bang! Freeman sinks it. Greenfield Central leads 5-2. Just under 6 minutes to play in the first. So Greenfield Central coming out with the pressure early, sticking with that half court. Gustin takes it, count the basket and the foul. Josiah Gustin answering. He'll go to the line for a foul shot.
That's a very good take by Josiah Gustin, noticing the weak defense and is getting pressure into the paint.
5-4 now. Gustin at the free throw line for a single shot here. 5 minutes, 37 seconds to play in the first. Gustin entering tonight's game, a 75% free throw shooter, and he sinks it, converts on the and one. We're all tied up at 5. Robertson, the senior, with it as he takes it up the hardwood. Guarded top of the key by Mazingo. Bounce pass to Willard. Willard sweeping around, kicks it to the corner. Robertson thought about the three, doesn't take it, instead drives. Back outside now to Willard. He drives right side. Back out. Robertson backing down. Sims. Post fade, no good. Fight for the board, out of bounds, and that's Pendletonite's ball. A nice play by Cooper Sims. He was falling out of bounds. Threw it off of the leg of Jake Hinton. So Arabians getting the ball right back, tied up 5-5.
Gotta love the smart plays by young players.
Sims with it as the Arabians back on offense. Cookston gets it left wing to Sims. He takes the triple off the back iron. This time left it too strong. Mullins taking it coast to coast is fouled. Basket's no good, but he's fouled by Aaron Cookston, and Cookston looks to the sidelines, shrugging his shoulders there, saying, "What do I do?" And you're going to be asking that question quite a bit against Braylon Mullins.
Not a whole lot he really could do. Got locked up, and then kind of just got stuck in the play.
So Mullins heading to the free throw line, entering the game, 86% free throw shooter, and Coach Buck mentioned there in our pregame interview, a lot of scouts in the building here tonight watching Braylon Mullins. As I mentioned, highly sought out recruit for the class of 25 in Indiana. 24/7 Sports puts him as a 4-star. He makes them both. 7-5 our score now. Cougars leading over the Arabians. Sims, top of the key. Cross-court pass to Mazingo. Thought about the three. Takes a step. Now takes it and misses. He wants the foul call. Doesn't get it. On the other end, Boston Wheeler taking a quick three, and Wheeler sinking it.
Very smart play. Just taking a jumper. Very smart.
10-5 now. Cougars pushing out the lead here with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the first quarter. Cookston, shot fake to Mazingo in the corner. No good. Rebounded. Gustin fouled. This is going to be Braylon Mullins, so that's a big early foul. Of course, that'll be his first, so... Nope. Yeah, that's... I think Braylon Mullins.
It is.
No, it is not. Boston Willard would called the foul there. I think Mullins thought it was him, but instead it'll be Willard there, as not the best inbound. Arabians turn it over. Greenfield Central get it back, leading by 5. Cougars attacking left to right. Boston Willard with it at the logo. Fires over. Robertson, bounce pass on the backdoor cut. And Braylon Mullins, how about that? Reverse layup with plenty of contact, still gets it. Greenfield Central now up 12-5. Sims, top of the key. Whistle. Off the ball. My guess is this is going to be Braden Robertson, the senior, who's guarding Josiah Gustin. They kind of got wrapped up down there on the low block. Sure enough, that'll be an off-the-ball foul for Robertson and the Cougars. Third team foul for Greenfield Central. Still 3 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first. So now just 2 fouls away from putting the Arabians in the bonus. 12-5 our score. Arabians trailing 3 minutes, 10 seconds to play. Sims with it at the point. Gives it over to Cookston. Gustin takes the jumper from the free throw line. Misses. Willard taking it coast to coast, flips it over. Jake Hinton. It'll go out of bounds. Looks like it was poked out of the grip from Jake Hinton before he could get up a shot, but it was kicked out of bounds by Josiah Gustin. So Cougars will keep possession here to our right. So got a substitution here. Looks like this is Brady Johnson who enters the game for the Cougars. And a bucket, another bucket for Greenfield Central as they're up 14-5. Cookston to the corner, Mazingo. Out of bounds, nearly stolen away by Willard. But I think it touched the out-of-bounds line. This will stay down here with the Arabians, and Coach Buck is going to call a timeout. Greenfield Central 14 over the Arabians 5 with 2 minutes and 39 seconds to play in the first. We're going to take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
The Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM. Pendleton Heights trailing Greenfield Central with 2 minutes and 39 seconds left to play in the first. 14-5 our score. But so far for the Arabians, it's been a lot of struggles on the offensive end. Greenfield Central has come out, and their zone defense has been causing the Arabians quite a bit of troubles. And I'm sure Coach Buck is trying to clear that up in the huddle as we're coming out of the Pendleton Heights timeout. Arabians with possession. Aaron Cookston inbounding to Cooper Sims. Arabians back on offense now. Sims over to Cookston, left wing. Back to Sims. Sims looking for the entry pass. Instead, gives it back to Cookston. Cookston tried to get it down low into Josiah Gustin, but it looks like it was tipped up into the air by Braylon Mullins and the Cougars. So this will stay down here with Pendleton Heights as Cooper Sims will inbound from the baseline.
Very good defense there in the zone from Greenfield Central, knocking that out of bounds.
Off of the inbound, Cooper Sims tried to find Aaron Cookston. There was a fight for it. It went out of bounds, and the ref is going to say it was last touched by Aaron Cookston and the Arabians. So just like that, Greenfield Central getting the ball right back off of yet another Pendleton Heights turnover. 14-5, Cougars leading. 2 minutes, 17 to play. 18-footer here from Willard is off the mark. and no good. Sims with it the other way for Pendleton Heights. To Cookston, back to Sims. Sims taking the deep three from the volleyball line. Sims, the sophomore, sinking it. 14-8 now. Pendleton Heights cutting the Greenfield Central lead to 6 points. 1:50 to play in the first. Mullins gets it off of the screen. Arabian fans wanted to travel. They don't get one. Instead, it goes into the corner to Robertson. Out of bounds. Aaron Cookston tipped the pass, so this will stay down here to the right with the Cougars.
Very good defense from the Arabians, trying to keep them out of the paint.
Brady Johnson inbounding in front of Pendleton Heights bench. He finds Willard, gives it right back to Johnson. Cross-court pass over to Freeman now. To the inside. Hinton tried to hand it off to Freeman. He nearly lost it, and he does. Aaron Cookston steals it. Arabians on the other end. Sims taking it all the way. Blocked. Braylon Mullins having none of that. The 6'5", lengthy player going to send back that shot, but this will stay down here with Pendleton Heights as Sims once again inbounding from the baseline. Sims down to the low block. Gustin gets it. Gustin working down low on Freeman. A travel. Mazingo simply took a step before a dribble. And yet another turnover for Pendleton Heights that they could have easily prevented. Willard crossing half court for Greenfield Central now. Hitting with it. Volleyball line, or excuse me, free throw line. Drives left side. Kicks it back outside. Mullins. Baseline. Tough layup. Off the mark, no good. He wants a foul. Arabians now the other way. Quickly, Mazingo takes it coast to coast. A tough layup is no good. Had it poked. Mullins on the other end. Look at that transition defense. Aaron Cookston with a nice D. Forces the miss from Mullins. An offensive rebound, though, from Boston Willard. And yet another miss. That was great transition defense from Aaron Cookston there. Mullins on the fast break, and Cookston played that perfectly. 30 seconds to play. Arabians trailing 14-8 to the Greenfield Central Cougars. Pendleton Heights looks like they're going to want a last-second shot, and man, those players are out of breath. Very few dead balls where they can get their breath caught up. To the corner, an illegal screen. Seth Arabia, bit too physical on the pick. And once again, the Arabians with, I guess you could put it as a silly turnover. Greenfield Central getting it back. 8.1 seconds to play. Mullins gets it. 5 seconds. Drives left side. Spins. A charge.
That's his second. You gotta watch it when we're still in the first quarter.
That'll be his first. Remember down there? We thought it was, but it was actually Willard the first time. A full court shot from Cooper Sims at the end of the first quarter is no good. And that'll do it for quarter number one. Greenfield Central on top 14-8, but Pendleton Heights keep it at close. So we're going to take a quick break. Second quarter action up next after this on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Never drive distracted.
Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court on the Arabian Sports Network as we open up the second quarter. Greenfield Central leading Pendletonites 14-8. Greenfield Central with the lead and the ball as we come back. We got a miss here on a deep three that was Braden Robertson. Josiah Gustin pulls in the rebound, and the Arabians back on offense. Sims with it. Left wing. Back to Cookson. Sims takes the three. Bang! Sims cutting down the lead to 3 points. That's his second three of the night.
He's got 6 early points, and he's looking to continue.
14-11. Just 50 seconds into the second quarter. Mullins drives. Tried to kick it back outside, but a foul called. This is going to be Cooper Sims who gets the whistle. This will be on the floor, so it'll be an inbound here for Greenfield Central. Robertson inbounding from the baseline. Looking, lobs it up high, gets it to Willard. Junior slowing things down, wants to get a play set up. He has it at the logo. Willard. Over to Freeman. Freeman right back to Willard. Shot fake to the corner now. Robertson to Mullins. Mullins behind the back. Guarded by Cookson. Takes a three. Spot up. No good. Pulled in the rebound to Seth Arabia. Arabians on the other end. Sims thought about the three. Doesn't take it. Instead gets it down low to Josiah Gustin. Back outside to Sims at the point. To Cookston now. Cookston looking. Back to Sims. Over to Mazingo. He takes a three from the right wing. Splash. Mazingo ties it up at 14. Back-to-back threes for the Arabians.
Very, very good ball movement by the Arabians.
6 minutes to play now in the first half. Robertson, hands off. And a foul. Aaron Cookson gets the call as he kind of just ran through Robertson's screen. So that'll be Cookston's second. That's big, as that's 2 early fouls for Cookston. We'll see if maybe Coach Buck decides to switch Josiah Gustin to guard Braylon Mullins, but for now, Cookston will stay with the duty of guarding the junior Mullins. Robertson, near wing, hands off to Willard. Willard slows down things here, has it at the volleyball line, drives, nearly loses it, recovers, now back outside to Freeman. To Robertson, hands off. Willard swinging around, driving right side to the corner. Freeman was open for a second. Arabians quickly recovered in a travel. Freeman lost his footing, hit the hardwood, and Arabians forced the turnover as Joe Estes will check in for Seth LaRavia, as well as Dontrez Braxton coming in for Aaron Cookston. So LaRavia, Cookston going to get a breather on the bench. The Arabians making their first substitutions of the night. We're all tied up, 14-14, 5:10 left to play in the second. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by the Arabians. A nice play from Freeman. He intercepted it as he was falling out of bounds, threw it off of the leg of Cooper Simpson on that far sideline. So Cougar's going to get it back. Off the Pendletonites turnover. Freeman, top of the key, gets the screen, drives right side, traveled. Yeah, there it is. That's the second travel in a row from Freeman, the junior.
He really cannot just catch a break.
Huh?
But you only get 2 steps, and he's taking more.
We're all tied up, 14s. Just under 5 minutes to play in the second. Braxton to the inside, back out. Corner three, Mazingo. Left it short, rebound from Braxton. Doesn't take the three he thought about for a second. Instead, back outside to Cooper Sims. Sims, bounce pass to Braxton in the corner. Cross-court pass to Mazingo. He recovers it to the inside. Nice cut. Joe Estes gets it on the back door, and he finishes with the reverse layup. His first basket of the night. Arabians take their first lead, 16-14. Mullins Bounce pass over to Hinton, the senior. Guarded by Braxton. Back outside, Mullins driving. Puts up a tough shot, misses. But a foul called, blocking against Braxton. They wanted a charge, didn't get one. So that'll be Braxton's first, as that'll be the Arabians' third of the quarter. Mullins, 86% free throw shooter entering tonight's game. His first one, up, and no good. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Broadcasting from the WEEM studios, underwritten by Community Hospital Anderson, this is the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM Pendleton.
Mullins makes his second free throw, goes 1 for 2 on that trip, and we got a timeout right away for Greenfield Central, so we'll go right back on break. Arabians leading 16-15, 4:08 left to play in the second on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation, 91.7 WEEM delivers the best variety of songs, news, and is student run. We produce imaging pieces, live broadcasts, content, podcasts, and more. Our students work hard every day to improve our station. You can support our station by following us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. Be sure to also tune into the radio, 91.7 WEEM, on air, online, and on demand.
WEEM.
We welcome you back here to the Arabian Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, I'm Dawson Farrell alongside Braden Folk. We got some Hoosier Heritage boys basketball tonight against the Pendletonites Arabians and the Greenfield Central Cougars. Pendletonites leading Greenfield Central 16-15 with 4:08 left to play in the second quarter. Players taking the court coming out of the Greenfield Central timeout. But for Pendletonites has allowed only 1 point here in the second quarter while putting up 8 of their own.
Very good ratio, as you heard.
Sims has it. Right front court to Joe Estes. Now into the corner. Evan Mazingo tried to get it to the inside to Josiah Gustin, but it's stolen away. And yet again, a turnover by the Arabians. Mullins for 3, in and out. Fight for the board, stripped away. Jake Hinton on the other end. Mullins count the basket and the foul. He'll go to the line for yet another free throw here. Mullins up to 9 points with that last basket there. Has a chance to get to double digits here in the first half with this free throw. Sinks it.
Heard a loud little screech trying to make him miss the free throw. Didn't work.
So 18-16 our score now. Greenfield Central taking the lead right back from the Arabians. 3:34 left to play in the first half. Sims has it. Right wing. Greenfield Central sticking with that 3-2 zone. Braxton gets it. Left wing. Right back to Sims. Sims has it. Bounce pass to Mazingo. Timeout. Coach Buck wants to take a quick minute to talk things over with his squad. 18-16. Arabians trailing. 3 minutes and 14 left to play in the first. Break on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This Window Warrior project helped me find the strength to go further than I ever thought possible.
I was able to come out of my shell and really connect with others.
So I can feel like part of a team, part of the community again.
It's possible to live better.
It's possible to have a voice and to be heard.
To feel understood.
To find peace.
Because I've experienced firsthand that anything is possible.
More information is available at twistersodabar.com. Twisted Soda Bar.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court on the Arabian Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, Arabians currently trailing Greenfield Central for tonight Hoosier Heritage boys basketball matchup. 18-16, 3:05 left to play in the first half. Sims with it for Pendleton Heights coming off of the Joe Buck timeout. Braxton, left wing, right back to Sims. Sims, yet another deep three. This one off the mark and no good. Rebounded there by Robertson and the Cougars. On the other end, Willard, back outside. Robertson backing down Mazingo. Back out to Willard. Willard gets the screen for Robertson. Over to Mullins, hands off to Freeman. Freeman over to Willard. Greenfield Central's gonna want to reset here. To Robertson, now top of the key, Hinton. Cougars just moving around the perimeter here, looking for a shot. Willard to the corner. Robertson drives. A lot of contact and a foul. Foul comes in. That'll be Joe Estes with his second foul of the night. And that'll be foul number 5 for Pendleton Heights. So Greenfield Central going into the bonus as Robertson will go to the free throw line to take a pair.
Not what I like to see from Joe Estes, getting limited minutes and already had 2 fouls.
Robertson misses his first, misses both of them, but an offensive rebound. Nobody boxed him out. Freeman just snuck in there, got the offensive board, and gave the Cougars another try. Willard in the corner, misses the 3. Rebound by Cooper Sims from about 16 feet out. It's the Arabians back on offense now. Dontrez Braxton with the rock. Braxton back to Sims. Sims looking to Braxton. Braxton thought about the 3, doesn't take it. Instead, right back to Sims. Near wing. Braxton with it. Arabians, again, just looking for the right shot, not rushing anything, and I think that's a smart game to play. You know, when you're facing a tough squad like Greenfield Central, you got to take your time on these offensive possessions. That's exactly what the Arabians are doing. Sims for 3, bang! Sims, his third 3 of the night. 19-18, Arabians get the lead right back. 1 minute, 10 seconds to play in the first half. Willard, top of the key, tries a 3 of his own, responds. Willard up to 8 now. Arabians back on offense, going right to left. Trailing 21-19, just under a minute to play in the second quarter. Let's see if the Arabians might just want to waste this entire clock off. Again, 40 seconds to play, but Cooper Sims is just standing not 3 feet off of the half-court line, not doing much of anything with it. And Greenfield Central comes in with some pressure, so Arabians might be forced into taking some action here. Braxton swinging it around, step back outside to Sims. Sims nearly loses it. It's recovered by Braxton. Drives over to Josiah Gustin. No good, but an offensive foul anyways. Thought it could have been an and one. Wouldn't have been, even if Gustin made the basket, as that was Jake Hinton who took the charge for Greenfield Central. Dontrez Braxton with his second foul. And the fouls for the Arabians starting to rack up. This should be 1-and-1 here.
Well, offensive fouls, correct.
Second game in a row I've done that.
I know.
Always sneaks up on me.
Brandon is correct.
Too. So that'll be an offensive foul. No shots.
I always forget that little stupid rule, man.
So 14 seconds to play. Greenfield Central with it. Willard taking it up the hardwood for the Cougars. Guarded by Sims. Gets the screen from Mullins. Crossover, driving. Spins. Fade. No good. Second left. Sims with a full court shot. Hits the backboard. No good. That'll do it for our first half. Arabians sticking with it. A great game so far. Score at the halftime break, 21-19. Greenfield Central leading. So we're going to take a short break. When we return, Michael Hooker was able to sit down with the weights teacher here at Pendleton Heights, Coach Richmond. That'll be our halftime interview after the break on the Arabian Sports Network halftime show, 91.7 WEEM.
Hey, how are you doing today? Thanks for doing this interview today. We're going to go into the production room. Go ahead and sit down. This won't take long, just a few questions. Ready? Welcome to Wing Weekly. I'm your host, Emily Pulley, and today we have the mascot with us. So starting off today, what animal are you? You're not really answering my questions, but let's keep going. Do you enjoy being the mascot? Are you even going to be able to answer any of my questions? What's the point of this interview anyway? Get out.
.917 WEEM. Welcome to this presentation of the halftime show here on the Arabian Sports Network. I'm Michael Hooker. I'm joined here with the weight training coach and head coach of the varsity football team, Coach Richmond here at the high school. How are you doing today, Coach Richmond?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right, so getting things started here, obviously, as I mentioned, you're a head football coach here at Pendleton Heights, but you're also a part of the weight training program here at Pendleton Heights. Can you really go in depth on how those two things really correlate for you to be not only a good teacher but a good coach on the field?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think it's something that when I came here 8 years ago, there wasn't necessarily a program like we think of it now. And so over the course of 8 years, we've been able to build our enrollment to close to 300 student athletes, 7 periods a day. It is the norm if you are in athletics here to be in the class. And so, I think like anything, there are stigmas or assumptions. And, we don't just lift weights. We're training. And it's just as much mental. In fact, probably 3-to-1 mental as it is to physical. So, that's the process that we talk about all the time. It's not something I've created. It's something that I know can help people be successful, and it's definitely something the student athletes have bought into here.
All right. Now, another big thing with this weight training program is preventing injuries. I know the big thing for football is the concussion rate, and I know you've said it a lot in our meetings that it's gone down with the football team. So how do you really think this weight training program has really helped the student athlete not only perform better, but also lower the risk of injury?
Sure. Well, I mean, I think you can see it with our basketball team. I mean, they're strong, they're agile, they're very competitive and fast, and I think that's something. Oftentimes you look at results of a lot of sports, and that's what drives, kind of our mindset. But if you go back and you look at the programming and how we do things in the strength department, I mean, number one thing is injury prevention. We want to make sure student athletes are safe, and that's with safety and appropriate technique and how we do things. We're an athletic enhancement program. We're not a powerlifting school. We are not we do Olympic lifts, but we're just as concerned with mobility and flexibility as we are with strength, and they all coincide. We want athletes to develop, and it's general because hopefully kids play multiple sports, and that's our goal. And so, are there things that certain sports do to help in those areas? There are, and we delve into those at different times of the year for those student athletes. But the general programming is health and safety first, development, and then we go by our IHSA calendar, and our goal is to play our best come tournament time, and we want kids to be fresh. We want to be there at their best physically and mentally, and that's always our goal.
All right. Now, I know, obviously, you are listed as the main weight training program teacher. Obviously, you have Mr. Frazier and Mr. Jesse down there throughout the day helping you out. How big of a help are they with not only you, but also with some of the student athletes that come into the weight room during the day?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're kid magnets. I mean, they're challenging teachers, but they're very, very good teachers. And, to your initial question, I don't know how you can be a good coach without being a good teacher. And that's something that we're lucky to have them down there with our enrollment numbers. For a while, I was able to do it by myself, for about 5-6 years. But the necessity now is there's 45 students in each class. We need to make sure that we're giving all those students their their due in there and make sure we're able to see everything and to help them to be safe, number one, but also to develop. So, but Coach Frazier's done an outstanding job. He's a former college athlete. He's been through college strength training as well. He was a multi-sport athlete in high school. So was Coach Jesse. So was myself. That seems like a long time ago now, but definitely, we kind of see through the lens of the player, but also as a coach, we know what these students go through day to day and season to season, and I think we are somewhat of that safety net as we see and know all that's going on preseason, postseason, and in season, obviously. So, Coach Frazier though, and Coach Jesse have done an outstanding job this year.
All right, and then the last question here, obviously, as I mentioned earlier in this interview, you are the head football coach. How does your relationship with some of not only just the football players, but some of the other sports, like the athletes in this school, how does that really help you in the weight room to really connect with them and to push them more?
Well, I mean, when I first started teaching, I taught U.S. history, government, geography as well, and I've had the licensure for all for my career, and I love teaching all of that. But I think anytime you're a teacher or a coach, you're in the relationship business. So the most effective teachers are those that connect. So being a football coach, is unique. And you're in a different position, and sometimes people just see you as that. And sometimes they make assumptions of that. When I'm in the weight room, I'm a teacher like anybody else, and to me, it's really gratifying to see the strength gains and the confidence that a softball player gains, or a boys basketball player, or a swimmer. Those types of things, it's just no different than than when I was in U.S. history, and you connect with a student in the same way, But you have to wear many hats sometimes as your role as an educator, and it's something I'm humbled to be able to lead. It's something I don't take for granted, and I really, really enjoy it. I'm biased. I love the students here. You've heard me say this as someone in class and as a player of mine. I mean, we're the only Arabians in the state, and that's pretty special. So I think the same about the kids that work in class, and being able to coach football here too, and to be a big part of this community is it's just awesome. So I'm very thankful and appreciative that I have the leadership positions that I have, and I hope that the kids feel the same. All
right. Well, thank you so much, Coach Richmond, for doing this interview. But that will do it for this halftime interview. We are going to take a short break, but when we return, Dawson and Braden will finish up the halftime show here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
91.7 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
It was the junior Braylon Mullins. He had 10 points. He was 3 for 5 from inside of the arc, 0 for 2 from three-point range, and then he shot 4 for 5 from the charity line as well. He had 3 rebounds and a foul, along with a turnover and a block in the first half. You saw a lot out of Boston Willard, the junior guard for Greenfield Central. He had 8 points, 2 for 3 from three-point range. Then you got Freeman with 3 points, and then for the Arabians, it was Cooper Sims leading the way. He had 3 triples there in the first half, totaling for 9 points for the sophomore Sims. Josiah Gustin had 5, Mazingo had 3, and Joe Estes had 2. But coming back in, start of the third quarter, Pendletonites starting with possession, now going left to right. Sims with it. To the corner, open 3 for Mazingo. Count it. Mazingo starting off the second half with a triple. Willard fires over to Robertson. Robertson kicks it over. Now Mullins back outside, an open 3 for Willard. Swirls in and out, and a foul. A foul from Jake Hinton, the senior forward. That'll be his second personal and the first for Greenfield Central this quarter. So Pendletonites leading after the Mazingo 3, 22-21, 7 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the third. Sims to Cookston. Back to Sims, a 3 for Sims. Bang! Cooper Sims with a 4th 3 of the night. Back-to-back 3 for the Arabians. Pendletonites now leading 4 points.
What an amazing night it's been for Cooper Sims from downtown.
On the other end, no look pass. Mullins into the corner. Back outside to Willard. The junior guard, Willard, gonna want to reset. He has it at the logo. Gets a screen from Mullins. Finds Mullins on the pick and fade. Kicks it over to Robertson. Robertson driving on Mazingo. Spin, shoots, lays it in. That's his first bucket of the game. Cut down the Arabians' lead to 2 points now. Josiah Gustin gets it on the inside. Gustin finishes off the glass. Things picking up here compared to the first half. A lot quicker play. As Greenfield Central trailing 27-23 with 6 minutes and 17 to play in the third. Mullins, left wing. Hand off to Willard. Willard putting on the moves to Sims. Has to kick it back outside. A corner 3 for Willard. No good. Rebounded Gustin. Pendletonites leads 27-23. 6 minutes to play in the third. Sims. Over to Cookston. Back to Sims. Cookston thought about the 3. Right back to Sims. Seth Laravia gets it in the corner. Bounce pass to Sims now. Near front court to the inside. Josiah Gustin is brought to the floor. A lot of contact there. So this is going to be foul against Braden Robertson, the senior. His third and the second for the Cougars on the night. Here comes Teddy Chadwell, the manager for Pendletonites, to wipe up the floor.
I want to become a mop boy so bad, Dawson.
I think you do a great job, Braden. I
would have the most elite hustle running down this floor.
Let's see Teddy. Yeah, look at him run. Good job, Teddy. This foul will be on the floor, though, so Pendletonites inbounding now. Baseline, Cooper Sims, the gunman. Sims tried to find Aaron Cookson right away underneath the basket, but it's tipped out of bounds. It'll stay right where it's at with Cooper Sims inbounding. Now just a step to the right. Sims looking, finds Seth Laravia. It goes through the basket. It went through the basket, kind of backwards, and then fell back through. There was a foul, though. The basket doesn't count. I don't think that's allowed in basketball. But Seth Laravia will go to the line for 2 shots, and that's foul number 3 for Greenfield Central. Just about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes into this third quarter. So they got to watch the fouls, or they're going to put the Arabians in the bonus with plenty left to play. Seth Laravia hits the first free throw. Laravia, the big man for Pendletonites, shooting 85% from the free throw line, coming off an 11-point performance against Delta, where he shot 4 for 4 from the field. Laravia sinks them both. Pendletonites pushes their lead now 29-23 with 5 minutes, 30 seconds to play in the third. Jake Hinton gets it near elbow. Back outside, an open 3 here for Freeman. Too strong. Rebounded Evan Mazingo and the Arabians. leading by 6. Pendleton Heights back on offense. Cookson has it at the logo. Chest pass to Cooper Sims, lobs it up high to Josiah Gustin. And that was a bit too powerful. A bit too strong there. Josiah Gustin couldn't pull it in, so it'll go out of bounds. Last touch, Pendleton Heights. Greenfield Central getting the ball right back. Mullins will take it up for the Cougars. Remains guarded by Cookston. Cougars swinging it around, right back to Mullins. Mullins for 3, rattles home. Hits the rim a couple times before dropping. 3-point game. Arabians leading after the Mullins 3. Cookston. Sims for 3. Left it short, but an offensive rebound. Josiah Gustin is fouled by Jake Hinton. It's his third. So that'll be team foul number 4 for Greenfield Central. So they're just one foul away from putting the Arabians in the bonus, and Greenfield Central is going to make a sub. Cooper Robertson, a junior center.
Let me tell you, Dawson, whatever Coach Buck said in this locker room at halftime, really working.
Yeah, they're coming out here swinging, leading 29-26. As we got a steal here, Mullins on a fast break. What's this going to be? Slams it. Tomahawk throw down with 2 hands. That'll get the crowd going. Arabians still leading by a point after the Mullins steal and fast break dunk. Sims over to Mazingo. Baseline drive, hands off to Josiah Gustin. The shot's waved off. Foul on the floor, but he'll go to the line for 2 shots as the Arabians entering the bonus. That's team foul number 5 for Greenfield Central. And that's big. In a physical game like this, you still have 4 minutes and 17 seconds to play, and you already put the Arabians in the bonus. Josiah Gustin going to the line for 2 shots.
It's a very tough situation they put in as the Cougars.
Gustin sinks the first. And for Josiah Gustin, he's coming off of a 25-point night against Delta. He shot 80% from the field, had 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Gustin's second shot is up and good. 2 for 2 on that trip. Arabians now leading 31-28 with 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the third quarter. Willard crossing the timeline for the Arabians. Over to Robertson. Hands off. Mullins a deep 3. Short. Pulled in by Seth Arabia. Seth Arabia, full court pass to Aaron Cookston. Back outside Mazingo for 3. No good, but Seth Arabia crashing the boards and laying it home on the offensive put back basket. Arabians now leading 33-28. Willard near front court. Swings around the screen, takes the deep 2-pointer. No good, another miss for the Cougars. Arabians going the other way. Cookston, pump fake in the corner. Over to Cooper. Seth Arabia, shot fake, driving reverse layup. He's fouled. LaRavia will go to the line for 2 shots now. And that'll be number 4.
On Braylon Mullins.
3.
4.
I'm looking at 3 on the scoreboard. Are you still counting that one in the first quarter?
What?
That first quarter foul that we thought was Mullins?
No. They just said number 4.
Okay, well, we'll see, but that's either 3 or 4 for, Mullins. LaRavia sinks them both. (35-28) Arabians leading with 3:19 to play in the third. We got a whistle blown here. It looks like Aaron Cookston will be called with the foul off the ball. Again, my guess he got screened, tried to get through it, just a bit too much contact. And again, I mentioned this in the past, that's just the sacrifices Aaron Cookston makes for his play style, and that is a physical and aggressive defender. Willard, an open 3, sinks it, responds. A huge 3 for Willard. We got a timeout for Greenfield Central. Cougars trailing Pendleton Heights 35-31, 3:12 left to play in the third. We'll take a quick break with them. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation of the Arabian...
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court here at Pendleton Heights High School on the Arabian Sports Network. If you're just tuning in, alongside Braden Folk, I'm Dawson Perrell. Pendleton Heights leading over Greenfield Central 35-31 with 3 minutes and 12 seconds left to play in the third quarter. And looking on the scoreboard, the big thing that stands out is Greenfield Central with 5 team fouls. They put the Arabians in the bonus about 2 minutes back. And, you know, with 3 minutes and 12 seconds to play, and in a physical game like this where the refs are definitely calling a lot more fouls, at least compared to that first half, that could play huge for Pendleton Heights in these next 3 minutes. Josiah Gustin goes up high, finishes with the underhand layup. Gustin with his 4th two-pointer of the night. 11 points with that one there. On the other end, Mullins responding with a layup of his own with the right hand. 33-37, 2 minutes, 45 left to play in the third. Sims tried to get it to LaRavia in the corner, tipped out of bounds from Freeman. This will stay down here with the Arabians. Evan Mazingo will inbound just to the left of the Arabians bench. He gets it to Cooper Sims. Sims bounced it to Evan Mazingo. It's out of bounds. They'll say it's last touched by Pendleton Heights. So a turnover yet again for the Arabians as Mullins will take it up the hardwood for the Cougars. Mullins, top of the key. Kind of lost his footing there. No travel called. They recover as he got it out to Willard. Now to Freeman. Mullins, spot up three over Josiah Gustin, misses. Another miss for Mullins as the Arabians pulling the rebound. Isaac over to Seth LaRavia. Fakes the three. Back to Wilson. To Mazingo. Mazingo driving, putting up a tough layup, missing. Nearly got his own miss, but it's ripped away by Braylon Mullins. Mullins slamming it on the other end. Wilson. Cross-court pass to Sims. 37-35, Arabians leading. Timeout called. Arabians talking things over. Pendleton Heights leading 37-35. We'll take yet another short break. 1:43 left to play in the third. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This
Wounded Warrior Project helps post 9/11 veterans realize what's possible. With generous community support, we bring warriors together and empower them to become stronger inside and out.
It's possible to begin healing,
to get the help you need.
To find peace.
And as each warrior's needs evolve, so do we. Because these last 20 years are just the beginning.
Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School. Arabians leading over the Greenfield Central Cougars 37-35 after we come back from the Joe Buck timeout. Pendleton Heights with the lead and the ball. 1:40 left to play in the third. Josiah Gustin gets it on the inside. Count that baby, and a foul. Gustin will go to the line for a shot. Gustin up to 12. Has a chance to make it 13 with this free throw. He does. Nothing but net there. Arabians push the lead to 5 points. Willard walking it up for Greenfield Central. Over to Hinton at the point. Back outside to Mullins. Mullins driving. Responds with an and one of his own. Got past Josiah Gustin. Gustin tried to recover, but swatted at it. Mullins made the bucket. He'll go to the line for a free throw.
Mullins is at 20 points.
Mullins makes the free throw. 21 now. Cooper Sims gets it on the free throw into the corner. Mazingo nails the triple. A three on the other end. What happened there?
Boston Willard just came right down.
Willard?
He just pulled it up.
Yeah, I wasn't even done marking my stat sheet, and I looked up, and the ball was in the net. So Willard responds with a three of his own right away. Arabians now lead 43-41 with just under a minute to play in the third quarter. Sims, near wing. Thought about the three, doesn't take it. Instead, Wilson will. Left it short. Rebounded Greenfield Central. Mullins taking it coast to coast. Goes up strong on Josiah Gustin. And he gets rejected. Gustin having none of that. It'll go out of bounds. Last touch, Greenfield Central. Pendleton Heights gets the ball with 30 seconds to play.
That was the greatest block I've ever seen.
That was pretty impressive. He went up strong with him. There was a lot of contact, but I like the call from the ref. .22 seconds to play. Sims with it, near elbow, goes up, misses. Greenfield Central recovers, 13 seconds to play. Step back, triple. Willard airballs. Wilson, other way, 7 seconds to go. Coast to coast, Euro stepping to the corner. Sims for three, bullseye! Sims ends the quarter, exclamation point. 46-41, Arabians leading, entering the fourth. Don't you guys go anywhere. Pendleton Heights coming to life. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
Are you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
High school sports and buy a ticket to your high school's athletic events.
This is keeping education in front of athletics. This is passion you won't find anywhere else. This is your IHSAA.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court on the Arabian Sports Network. If you're just tuning in alongside Braden Folk, I'm Dawson Parrell. Entering the fourth quarter, Arabians leading over the undefeated Greenfield Central Cougars, 46-41. Greenfield Central will start with possession, opening up the fourth. Willard with it, near wing, loses it. He recovers, has it at the logo, spins around, hands off. Mullins spins, blocked. Josiah Gustin pokes it away, and the Arabians get the ball right back. Mazingo with it. Coach Buck says slow it down. No need to rush anything here. 46-41, Pendleton Heights leading. Sims with it. Goes to Gustin. Gustin driving. Back outside. Mazingo for three. Left it short. Fight for the board is up. Recovered by Greenfield Central, and a foul. Aaron Cookston tried to get in there to try to get the ball right back, and I think in that situation, you just got to get back. And that's number 4 for Cookston. That's big. 7:13 to play in the fourth. Cookston now has one foul to go, and Braxton's going to come up to the scorers table to what is my guess is take out Cookston. Mullins fouled by Aaron Cookston, so that'll be foul number 5. So he'll get taken out. Braxton coming in. That's a big loss for the Arabians. He's done a pretty solid job guarding Mullins so far tonight. So now Josiah Gustin is going to get switched on him. Not saying that Gustin hasn't. I mean, of course, that blocked in the third quarter. We just saw a turnover. early in the fourth. So Greenfield Central inbounding now. Freeman back outside to Mullins. Mullins with it at the logo. Guarded by Josiah Gustin. Driving right side, behind the back, spinning, putting up and in the layup. A nice move from Mullins. 46-43, Pendletonites leading with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the fourth. Sims at the logo, over to Mazingo. Sims gets it back, a three for Sims, no good. Rebounded Greenfield Central. The Cougars the other way now, Willard. Flips it over to Mullins at the logo. Braylon Mullins right back to Willard. To Mullins, driving, spinning, puts up a tough shot, misses. Rebounded Evan Mazingo. Dontrez Braxton on the other end. Braxton, one-handed pass to Josiah Gustin. Seth Laravia drives baseline. He's in trouble. Tried to throw it off of the legs of Braden Robertson, but went right through his legs. A turnover by Pendleton Heights. Mullins, Euro-stepping, laying it home. What a move there from Mullins. And a timeout. Greenfield Central taking a quick break here, cutting down this Pendleton Heights lead to just one. 46-45 with 5 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the fourth. We're taking a quick break on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation of the
Wounded Warrior Project has been with me every step of my journey.
They've helped me realize it's possible to rise to the top again.
It's possible to get the help I need for me and my family.
It's possible to hate push-ups again.
To feel understood.
To begin healing both inside and out.
To feel like myself again.
And now I know anything is possible.
We welcome you back here to Pendleton Heights High School on the Arabian Sports Network. 46-45 our score. Pendleton Heights leading over Greenfield Central with 5 minutes and 32 seconds to play in the fourth. Arabians with ball coming out of the Greenfield Central timeout. Cooper Sims will take it up for the Arabians. Arabians still looking for their first basket of the fourth quarter here. Sims has it. Right wing. Right back to Braxton. Braxton looking to Sims now. Arabians once again just moving it around. Back and forth from the two guards. Looking for the right shot. Braxton over to the corner. Laravia fakes the three. Kicks it right back to Braxton. Now to Mazingo. Mazingo for three. Bang! Mazingo sinks the triple. Arabians leading by 4, 49-45. Arabians fans getting loud. Driving, Mullins kicks it back out. Hinton to Mullins. Responds, sinks the three right back. Braxton on the other end for Pendleton Heights. Over to Sims. We got an official timeout. What's this about?
I'm going to assume blood.
Yeah. Looks like we got some blood on the court. We'll get that wiped up. So 49-48, Pendleton Heights leading with 4:19 left to play in the fourth quarter. So the Arabians at this point, they've been in this situation so many times this season. You look back to the first game of the season against Anderson. Anderson, a 12-3 team at this point. Barely lost that one. It was a close one down the stretch. You look back to New Pal not too long ago. New Pal, one of the best teams in the Hoosier Heritage, let alone the state. And that was a close one. Pendleton Heights lost that one by 3. They've been in this situation. Close game against a tough team. It's just unfortunately, out of those 3 or 4 times they've been in that situation, they just haven't been able to get any sort of win. As we got a substitution, Johnson will come in, Brady Johnson that is, for Braylon Mullins. Mullins is going to take a quick break on the bench.
As you talk about upsets, potential upsets, happened at Mount Vernon as well, and the second time we played Anderson.
So Mullins going to come right back in. Braxton over to Sims. Right back to Braxton. One-handed pass to Laravia in the corner. Cross court. Sims with it at the logo. To Braxton now. Braxton spinning. Laravia fakes the three. Driving. Baseline. Nearly loses it. Gets it back. Off the glass. Laravia. Putting in the work in the low post. Arabians leading 51-48 now. Willard gets the screen from Hinton. Moving it around now. A nice move down low from Braden Robertson. Gives a little shoulder, spins out and sinks it, and we got a timeout. Following suit, 51-50. Pendleton Heights leading by just a point with 3 minutes and 37 seconds to play in the fourth. We'll take yet another short break here on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
This presentation. Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court on the Arabian Sports Network. Pendleton Heights leading Greenfield Central 51-50 with 3 minutes and 34 to play in the fourth quarter. Dontrez Braxton with it for Pendleton Heights. He has it. Left backcourt. Braxton over to Sims. Right back to Braxton. Braxton and Sims playing hot potato now, just looking for a good shot. Sims holds it. Comes some pressure. Has to give it to Mazingo. Gets it poked away, but it goes right into the hands of Sims. And Sims gets the jumper from the right elbow.
17 points for Cooper Sims. Very big impact tonight.
On the other end, Willard with it for Greenfield Central. Gives it over to Mullins. Mullins guarded by Braxton. This is a mismatch. We'll see how we want to utilize this. Instead, he'll just give it up to Freeman. Freeman. Over to Willard. Willard has it at the logo between the rings. He's going to want to restart here, get a play going. Arabians leading by 3, 53-50. 2 minutes, 19 to play. Lobs it up high for Mullins. He gets it down low. Lost his footing and a foul. A foul called on the floor. Now the question is this Dontrez Braxton or Josiah Augustin? It'll be Braxton with the call, and that's his third. The third team foul as well for Pendleton Heights. But as I was just mentioning, this one on the floor, so it'll stay this way with Greenfield Central as the Cougars were inbound baseline. Oh, they got to wipe it up yet again, maybe?
I want to be a pop boy.
They're not wiping it up.
I mean, I see a sweat spot.
Robertson inbounding to Freeman in the corner. Back outside, Willard with it. Willard working on Sims. Back out. They're going to restart here. To Hinton. Hinton hands off. Mullins, a deep three from the volleyball line. No good. Nice rebound there from Dontrez Braxton and a foul to follow suit. Jake Hinton came flying out of nowhere after Braxton pulled it in. And that's team foul, or that's personal foul, number 4 for Jake Hinton and team foul number 1 for Greenfield Central for the quarter. 1:56 left to play. Arabians leading by 3 points, and at this point, just take it slow. Don't want to rush anything. Laravia in the corner loses it out of bounds. They're going to say this is Greenfield Central basketball. Again, Laravia received it in the corner. It got smacked out of bounds. Well, smacked out of his hands, but I guess it might have hit his foot or something. So Greenfield Central getting the ball right back. Mullins taking it up the floor. Mullins over to Willard. Spinning to the corner. Freeman thought about the three, instead kicks it over to Robertson. He drives left side, back out to the point. Willard with it. They're going to want to reset. Willard over to Robertson. This place is loud. Mullins driving, stolen away. Josiah Gustin comes away with it. Arabians get it back with now 1 minute and 10 left to play. Sims, bounce pass to Braxton. Right back to Sims, to Mazingo in the corner. Fouled. I think this is Willard here. No. This is Braden Robertson with his fourth. And that's the second of the quarter for Greenfield Central. We got a timeout. Timeout Pendleton Heights. We'll stay right here, though. 53-50. Pendleton Heights leading by 3 with 1 minute and 3 left to play. Man, what a game we've seen so far tonight. And, you know, we were just mentioning there, Braden, Arabians have been in this situation. They were in this situation with New Pal. They were in this situation twice with Anderson. They were in this situation with Mount Vernon all the way back in early December. And every single one of those games I just mentioned, the Arabians lost. So Pendleton Heights doesn't have the best track record of closing out tight games like this, especially against top-tier teams in the state, such as Greenfield Central. So, Braden, what is Pendleton Heights going to have to do to pull this one away?
They've got to take some time off the clock, really, to get the ball back right here. I wouldn't say you want to foul at any time, obviously, because then you give them to the line at some point, and I say you want to hold the ball, pass it around as long as you can. So you want to take a shot, make it a 2-possession game. It's really all you can do.
Yeah, I agree. Take it slow. And that's what the Arabians have been doing all night. Coach Buck, I think, had that plan heading into it. Is just we're going to take our time. Greenfield Central has been really tough with that 3-2 zone. And instead of fighting against it, I think the Arabians were fighting with it. They were just looking for the good shots, letting Greenfield Central move around, and then eventually those shots opened up. And Arabians have been hitting their shots so far tonight, but the question is, can they close it out? Dontrez Braxton will inbound for Pendleton Heights. Along the baseline. So 5 on the floor right now for Pendleton Heights. That's Cooper Sims, Dontrez Braxton, Evan Mazingo, Josiah Gustin, and Seth Laravia. Braxton gets it. Lobs it up high. Picked off. Mullins predicted that from a mile away. That's really rough for Pendleton Heights. Mullins with it. And a blocking foul. This is number 4 for Braxton. Braxton was using his body there, and I guess a bit too much. So this foul will be on the floor. It's team foul number 4 for Pendleton Heights, so they're 1 away from putting Greenfield Central in the bonus. So now inbounding just right of the Cougars bench is Braden Robertson. He gets it to Willard. Over to Mullins now. Mullins driving left side to the corner. Corner 3. Robertson off the mark. Rebounded Josiah Gustin. He got it stripped, stolen away. It's on the floor, picked up. Mullins with it, spins, driving right side, fouled. It's blown off. The shot's blown off. It's on the floor. A foul on the floor. And this is Dontrez Braxton. This is his 5th. So he'll be out. The question is, who do they bring in? No. He was just heading to the bench to talk to Coach Buck. I thought it was Braxton because he was heading to the bench. No, he's just chatting things with Coach Buck. That was Evan Mazingo. That's his 1st, but it's team foul number 5 for the Arabians. This will send Mullins to the line, and you guys can hear it. This place is storming. Mullins is unfazed. He sinks it.
I don't know about this, Dawson. He took a lot of steps down there, and it very well could have been called a travel before the foul.
Yeah. There's been a lot of tight calls, and this place is very loud, but I don't think there's any way Mullins misses this free throw.
There's no way he misses it. He's a really good free throw shooter. He's been on point tonight.
He missed it. Oh, we're so good. No offensive rebound. Willard gets it, but it's stripped away. Sims gets it. Oh, Seth Laravia with it. Over to Braxton. He lost it out of bounds. Braxton loses it. 25.9 seconds to play. Greenfield Central getting it back. Arabians had it for a second, but the pressure was just a bit too much for the Arabians. Seth Laravia, loses it out of bounds. So 25.9 seconds to play. Greenfield Central trailing by 2 points. Mullins, we get a timeout. Coach Meredith for Greenfield Central wants to take a quick break, talk things over. Man, got to take a breather. This has been quite the game for Pendleton Heights. And now it's almost the opposite. You're on the defensive end. It's a one-score game. Technically, Greenfield Central could take the lead if they try the three. The question is, do they? I don't think so, just because they've been shooting really just not the best tonight. But if it's open, I mean, I think Coach Meredith is saying shoot it. So we'll see what they draw up. But the Arabians, you just got to get your man and don't foul. Don't foul, because you got 5 fouls. You'll send them to the line, and you don't want to tie game at this point. You want to stop them, period. So just lay off the fouls and play some good defense, I guess, is the bottom line.
I'm definitely with you on that one, Dawson. I don't know that you really want to foul ever at the rest of this game with the whole 19.6 seconds. You never want to foul in this situation. Put them to the line, possibly a tied situation, which we know the Arabians are not very good at finishing, and we hopefully want them to finish.
So coming out of the timeout, Greenfield Central with possession, trailing 53-51 with 19.6 seconds to play. Again, Greenfield Central 15-0 entering tonight's game, 7th ranked in the state. Pendleton Heights with a chance to pull off an upset.
This crowd is amazing.
Robertson going to inbound just right of the Cougars bench. He lobs it up high. It's nearly stolen. Mullins gets it. He goes up strong and lays it off of the glass. Tie ball game. 13 seconds to play. Now 10 seconds to play. Sims. 7 seconds. He has it. Bounce pass to Braxton. Right back to Sims. Looking. Nearly loses it. And that'll do it. We're going into overtime. 53-53 is the score at the end of regulation. It's not over yet, folks. The Arabians had a chance to get a last-second shot up, but I guarantee you Coach Buck was in that huddle begging that they could have at least just one timeout back, but that's just not how the game of basketball works. So with that, we'll take a quick break. Don't you guys go anywhere. Overtime up next in this Hoosier Heritage boys basketball matchup on the Arabian Sports Network 91.7 WEEM.
This 91.7 WEEM is looking for advertisers for our video sports streaming. Be a part of the Arabian Sports Network's video broadcasting, bringing football as well as boys and girls basketball to the Pendleton community and beyond. Averaging over 100 views in the first year, WEEM's video streaming will only grow. And here's your chance to get in on the ground floor. For more information, contact Christian Harmon and become a part of the Arabian Sports Network. 91.7 WEEM.
Sports Network is underwritten by Rollins House and Fall Creek Retirement Village, located at 300 JH Walker Drive in Pendleton. Rollins House provides independent and assisted living, rehabilitation, long-term care, memory support, and more. More information is available at 765-778-7501, Rollins House and Fall Creek Retirement Village.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court. We're already underway here in overtime as Josiah Gustin gets the layup off the glass. Arabians take the lead 55-53 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in OT. Robertson, top of the key, hands off. Mullins driving back outside to Robertson. Willard will get it at the logo, and Greenfield Central will reset now. Willard. Handoff, Mullins driving to the rack, gets the layup.
That's 34 points.
34 for Mullins. He came in averaging 26. Braxton, right back to Sims. Sims looking to the inside. Josiah Gustin got the foul call. He got up a shot, couldn't get it off of the
He's fouled out.
alley-oop. And that's Braden Robertson's 5th personal foul, so he'll be fouled out. In comes Brady Johnson for Greenfield Central as Josiah Gustin going to the line for a pair of free throws.
This game has been such a tight and close game. I don't even know what I don't even know what to do.
Now, I'm not entirely sure. I guess fouls don't reset in overtime.
I guess not. I thought they did.
It still says 5 fouls for Pendleton Heights and 3 fouls for Greenfield Central as the first one is missed from Josiah Gustin. That's a crucial miss for Josiah, but it's his first miss. He's been phenomenal up until this tonight. Well, up until that miss. The second one, up and good. Arabians take the lead, 56-55, 2:45 seconds to play in overtime. Mullins will walk it up the hardwood for Greenfield Central. He has it, left wing, takes the spot up three, drains it. Mullins shows off why he is one of the best players in the state. He takes the lead, now a 2-point lead for the Cougars. Braxton to Sims, thought about the three, doesn't take it. Instead, right back to Braxton. Moving around, looking, over to the corner, LaRavia, a three of his own. Bang! Seth LaRavia responds with a triple and a huge one at that. Arabians taking the lead right back, another three. Mullins misses this one. They get the offensive rebound. Back out to Willard, to the corner. Freeman resetting things. Willard hands off to Mullins. A minute and 40 left to play in overtime. Pendletonites leading by 1. Mullins in the corner. Over to Jake Hinton. Hinton drives, gets up a shot, misses it. Rebounded Dontrez Braxton. A minute 36 left to play in the fourth. Braxton up to Sims. Arabians get it across half-court line successfully. Josiah has it at the free throw line. Over to Braxton, near wing. Seth LaRavia thought about the three in the corner. Instead, up to Sims. Sims misses the layup, but Josiah Gustin is right there to get the offensive rebound and lays it in off of the glass. Arabians now lead by 3. A minute left to play. A huge possession here for Greenfield Central. Mullins tosses it over to Freeman. Freeman to the inside. Hinton with it. Back out to Mullins. Or Freeman, excuse me. Mullins now with it. Driving left side. He's fouled. A push from Josiah Gustin. And yeah, so he'll go to the line for 2 shots. So sure enough, fouls don't reset in overtime.
I never knew that. I've never actually watched a game go to overtime that I've actually been broadcasting. So,
I think last year was the last time the Arabians went to an overtime matchup. It was against Muncie Central. Last year, it was mid-February. So Mullins, here at the free throw line, makes the first.
He usually doesn't miss. He's usually been a great shooter from the line, so I don't see how he could miss these.
Entering the game, 86% free throw shooter. He's not missing this one. Dang it. All right, he made both of them. It was worth a shot. 61-60. Arabians still lead. 55 seconds to play. Sims walking it up. A timeout. Coach Buck will call or talk things over for the Arabians. We'll stay right here, though. For Pendleton Heights, up until this point, we saw a heck of a game played. I mean, I was pulling in tonight, and I don't think I've seen this place so packed for a basketball game. I mean, it looked like homecoming. It looked like a homecoming from a football game. Of course, I found a spot pretty easily, but for people that were parking in the regular spots, the regular lot, man, it was backed up pretty far, and Arabians showed out, and what a game to show out for. A 1-point game, just under a minute left to play in OT. Arabians with the ball.
Yeah, I agree. The parking out there, disaster. I don't even know. I went and dined myself real well, got some good food, and come here, and it's. I struggled. I struggled really bad. Wow. And now I come to a close game, and this is the greatest thing I've ever. I don't even know. It's the greatest thing I've ever watched. It's like art, the Mona Lisa.
I think that's the way to put it. I think that's quite the way to put it. And the Arabians, they've been fueled by some great shooting this evening. Again, Greenfield Central has played a very good defensive game with their 3-2 press, but I mean the Arabians have just gotten by it every single time by just taking their time. And again, I think a lot of high school teams against Greenfield Central's defense panics, and they just kind of go everywhere with it. But the Arabians, they've been slow, they've been steady, they played the long game, and it's been working out. Again, a point game. Arabians inbounding now. Braxton with it. Up to LaRavia. LaRavia over to Mazingo. Mazingo lost it. Out of bounds. Not out of bounds, excuse me. Greenfield Central on the other end. Johnson for 3. No good. Hinton pulls in the board. We got out of bounds. I think it hit the backboard.
They're saying it hit the backboard.
Yeah, they're saying it hit the backboard, so that's out of bounds Arabians ball. So a point game, 31.4 seconds to play, and here come the Boo Birds. Greenfield Central is not happy with the call.
I didn't see it hit the backboard, but there again,
hey,
I'm not
licensed
to be an
there.
official.
Exactly.
They're
Refs are
close
right
to
there.
it. I'm not an official. They are.
Cooper Sims gets it into Josiah Gustin, up to Seth Arabia, now to Evan Mazingo. He's fouled hard. Jake Hinton came flying in.
That's his fifth. Yep,
that's number 5 for Jake Hinton, so he'll get a seat on the bench. And Evan Mazingo will go to the line for 2 shots, and some good sportsmanship there, making sure Evan Mazingo's all right. Because man, that was a tough foul.
Very tough. He came flying in like a hawk, man.
But Cooper Robertson will come in to replace him. This is on the floor. So yeah, on the floor. Thought Evan Mazingo was taking shots. No, Braxton will inbound from the baseline. And maybe that's not the worst thing for Pendleton Heights, as hopefully they can waste off some time here. Again, Braxton inbounding just left of the basket. Braxton gets it into Sims, trapped in the corner, escapes up to Braxton. Braxton's fouled hard, too. So Braxton will now go to the line. That's team foul number 5 for Greenfield Central. That'll put the Arabians in the bonus. And man, Dontrez Braxton, biggest free throws of your life.
It's huge, man. This is an overtime game, possible game winners. Holy moly.
So Braxton gearing up for his first shot now. Arabians leading 61-60 with 22.7 seconds to play in overtime. First one, how did that not fall? It was in 60,
and out.
70% of the ball was in the hoop, and it just rattled out. That's just unfortunate. So misses his first. His second is up and good. Sinks the second. That's his first point of the night. 62-60 now. Mullins taking it up. I guess they're going to want a last shot here to maybe win it or send it into double overtime. Mullins driving. Right side. Gets up a shot. It's blocked. Josiah Braxton up to Dontrez Braxton. Braxton misses the layup. Gets it back. It's the Arabians' ball. Dontrez Braxton can't believe it. He is absolutely shocked that he missed that layup. How about that block from Josiah Gustin, though? Mullins went up strong. Gustin couldn't have played that any better. Now, I'm not sure exactly the call here. Was it out of bounds? Greenfield Central's inbounding, though. Brady Johnson. No, Mullins inbounding. Arabian, 5 seconds to play. 5.1 seconds to play. Excuse me. Forgot to mention that. They've got a timeout here for Greenfield Central. So 2-point ball game. 5.1 seconds to go. You're going to get an inbound. Now, there is enough time to get up the floor and get up a last-second layup or so. But the question is, do you want to do that? Or do you want to just say, I'm going to inbound it, take up the last-second shot, and hopefully walk away with the win?
You've got a really good shooter in Braden Mullins. Yeah. I'd say go for the win. He's pulled it up a couple of times from the left wing, and that's kind of his game. He's the pull-up shooter, make it. That's kind of his game, and I think that's what they should do.
Again, it was a block from Josiah Gustin. When Brandon Mullins shot, Seth Arabia it was Cooper Sims who got it up to Dontrez Braxton on the fast break, but Braxton with a very rare miss. Braxton has been a phenomenal, very consistent player, not only on the offensive end but the defensive end this season, and he was just unable to get the fast break layup. Now, there was a bit of pressure. He kind of hesitated there late, but, I mean, that was pretty open, and I'm sure the only thing he's thinking right now is he wish he got that one back, but again, 62-60. Pendleton Heights leading. 5.1 seconds to play. Greenfield Central has to go the length of the floor. They're inbounding all the way on the other side, baseline. Freeman, the inbound man. He's looking for the long throw. Gets it up. Caught by Mullins. He hit the floor and a foul. A foul called. He'll go to the line for 2 shots.
He doesn't miss clutch free throws, man. He does not miss them.
Mullins is on the floor here. Again, it was a jump ball. I guess that's the best way to, not an actual jump ball, but a 50-50 ball thrown up in the air, and Mullins got a hand on it, and I think it was just a bit too much contact from Josiah Gustin. But Mullins will go to the line to shoot these 2 free throws despite struggling. He's struggling.
He's hardly walking right now.
Mullins, an 86% free throw shooter. Very, very good. Very good free throw shooter. 2-point game. This crowd's loud. His first one, made it.
He's got 40 points.
40 points for Mullins.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's
His
a big-time
second
shot.
Is up. Got them both. Tied up. 62s. 3.5 seconds to play. Arabians inbound. Cooper Sims just got to throw it up. He does, and it's a mile off. We're in double overtime, folks. This one's not over. 62-62. Arabians fighting. Greenfield Central fighting. We'll take yet another short break. Second overtime up next on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
How was your drive to school?
Are you okay?
No.
What's wrong?
I can't listen to 91.7 WEEM because I'm not in my car.
Well, don't you fear. Our app is here.
Tired of not being able to listen to Pendleton's best radio station, 91.7 WEEM, anywhere and everywhere? Try out our app. With the 91.7 WEEM app, you get the best hits. Our station now goes where our listeners go. Find 91.7 WEEM in app stores today. Available for Apple and Android.
Thank you so much for telling me about the 91.7 WEEM app, found in Apple and Android app stores.
Today. We would love to hear from all of our listeners, so go to our Instagram today to answer our daily poll. Keep updated with our latest posts and trends here on 91.7 WEEM.
Back to Pendleton Heights basketball on the Arabian Sports Network, 91.7 WEEM.
We welcome you back here to Joe Buck Court. Double overtime tipping off. Greenfield Central wins the tip. It's been a great one so far against these two teams. Pendleton Heights entering the game 8-8, has battled it against the undefeated 15-0 Greenfield Central Cougars up until this point. 62's our score. Again, Greenfield Central will start with the ball as we open up our second overtime for the night. Mullins driving into the lane, gets the layup after it bounces around the rim. What, 43?
43 points. I'm running that room my stat sheet.
Yeah, I'm into the assist category. Cooper Sims with it for the Arabians on the other end. Pendleton Heights trailing by 2. To LaRavia. A 3 ball from LaRavia. Bang! Seth LaRavia. Talk about clutch. Back-to-back huge threes. He had a big 3 in the first overtime to take the lead, and he has another one here. 65-64. 3 minutes to play in the fourth. Arabians leading. Mullins with a 3 of his own. Off the mark. Rebounded Seth LaRavia. Slow it down. Slow it down. Dontrez Braxton taking up the hardwood. Get a set play here. Don't want to push it. Sims between the rings. Guarded by Willard. Pressure's coming. Lost it. Foul.
Hey, that's his 5th.
That's number 5 for...
That's what
Mullins.
I've got at least.
4.
Maybe it's 4.
It's
okay.
4. That's number 4 for Braylon Mullins. Both teams in the bonus. So Cooper Sims will go to the line to shoot 2. The sophomore at the line for 2 free throw shots. His first up and good. Nothing but the net. That is 18, if I'm correct, for Cooper Sims on the night.
You are very so correct.
Good. The second up. Good as well. 2 clutch free throws from the sophomore. Arabians lead by 3. And you got to think, at this point, Stanima coming into the equation. All these players on both teams gassed. Johnson, far wing, bounce pass to Mullins in the corner. Mullins swings it around, guarded by Gustin. Here comes the screen. Gustin gets around it. Mullins drives left side, counts it. Mullins so good at that, driving, putting up an acrobatic layup. We're all now a 1-point game, 67-66. Braxton spinning outside for Pendleton Heights. LaRavia gets it in the corner, baseline drive. LaRavia, he's fouled. That's Cooper Robertson, the junior center, who's going to get called, is my guess at least. No, scratch that. Braden Robertson, his brother. No, Cooper. Sorry.
Yep,
yeah,
that's Cooper.
Cooper Robertson.
Braden fouled out.
Yeah, Braden's fouled out, so Seth LaRavia will go to the line for 2 shots now. His first is up and good. 68-66, Arabians leading by 2 with 2 minutes to play. LaRavia taking a deep breath, his second up, good as well. 2 for 2 on that trip. Arabians now leading by 3 points with 2 minutes to play. Mullins will walk it up the floor for Greenfield Central. Across the timeline. Offensive foul. 34. This is off the ball. Cooper Robertson.
Yep, he was setting a screen.
Yeah, he was setting a screen there for Braylon Mullins, and offensive foul is the call. Arabians getting it back. That's the second for Robertson, but it's an offensive foul, so no fouls, no free throws. I'm learning.
Good job.
Thank you. Braxton with it for Pendleton Heights. Over to Sims, has it at the point. Nearly has it stolen away. It's picked up by LaRavia. He goes. Baseline drive is fouled. Greenfield Central wants a foul on LaRavia, as I think it was Cooper Robinson who hit the hardwood.
He got a foul as well. That's his third.
Yeah, so that's Cooper Robertson with 3 fouls in the past minute. And Seth LaRavia will go to the line for 2 shots yet again. 1:34 left to play. This one is everything but sealed up. It's still very much a ball game. LaRavia, first one. Off the back iron, falls out. He's frustrated.
He just needs to make one, and it'll be a 2-possession game.
Knock on wood.
I did, don't worry.
Okay, good. Second one, up, good. 4-point game now. Arabians up by a score and more. 1:30 left to play. Johnson over to Mullins. Mullins at the point. Driving. Finds a wide open Cooper Robertson, and Robertson finishes off of the glass. 2-point ball game now. Braxton bounce pass to Sims. Sims all the way up to LaRavia. LaRavia weaving through defenders, gets up a shot, no good. Fight for the rebound, jump. Call a jump. Yeah, jump ball.
That's Arabian ball.
That's Pendleton basketball. This crowd going crazy as they heard that. Braxton will inbound baseline.
What a game this has been.
That's still like pinch me. I feel like I'm dreaming. This is crazy.
I agree.
LaRavia gets it off the inbound and lays it. A nice cut by LaRavia and a nice find from Dontrez Braxton off of the inbound play. Arabians back up to leading by 4. Mullins drives, fouled, count it, and the basket and the foul. He'll go to the line for a free throw. It's exactly what the doctor ordered for Greenfield Central. And this is Dontrez Braxton with his 5th, and Braxton just can't believe it. He's talking to the ref like, come on. So he'll foul out. And
who comes in?
Comes in.
Isaac Wilson?
Wilson going to come in, it looks like.
I can't see.
Yeah. We'll see in just about a second. Yeah, Wilson coming up to the scorer's table, so he'll check in for Dontrez Braxton after this free throw. But meanwhile, Mullins at the free throw line, shooting one. They had the and one basket, so 72-70 our score. Arabians leading with 49.1 seconds to play. Here comes the free throw from Mullins. It's up and good. Hit the front iron, rolled over the top, and dropped. Sims taking it up for the Arabians. Over to Wilson. Bounce pass to Sims. Sims driving, left side, back out to Mazingo. Mazingo to Wilson. No need to rush it. To LaRavia, left wing. 34 seconds to play, lost it. Sits on the floor, picked up by Josiah Gustin on the floor again. LaRavia got in on it. And a jump ball. This is Greenfield ball. I mean, great effort from Seth LaRavia. He jumped in on the pile. Just unfortunate that jump ball is going Greenfield's way.
A lot of the fans are yelling for a technical foul. I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary.
I didn't see anything. I think it was a loose ball, and Seth LaRavia jumped on the ball. But Greenfield Central does not agree. We got a timeout. We'll stay right here yet again. 72-71, 28.3 seconds to play. As I was mentioning about a minute ago, this game is anything but over. Greenfield Central trailing by 1. They have a chance to take the lead here on this next possession. Now the question is, Braden, if you're Coach Meredith in this situation, are you taking the last shot? Do you want to waste the second down to 10 seconds, whatever, and then get into your set, or do you want to play the long game?
I'm taking it. I'm taking the shot immediately. I want to leave as much time as possible for Pendleton to try to think and overthink. If I'm them, I want them to overthink and take the last shot. They're not super great at finishing, like we've said in the past couple quarters. They're not great at finishing, and I don't know how they could do that if they score.
Yeah, I think that's smart. Again, this has been a very physical battle, and I think playing the long game, I mean, in a physical game like this, 28.3 seconds is really about like 2 minutes where we've seen a lot of stops. And Pendletonites, again, it's like what I was saying in the first overtime. Just get your man, don't foul. Especially in this possession, don't foul, because that'll send them to the free throw line, which they've been hitting their free throws, and that'll give them an easy chance to take the lead. So don't foul and, get a stop. Simply put. 72-71. Players taking the floor, coming out of the timeout. 28.3 seconds to play. Greenfield Central, again, has to go the full length of the court. Johnson will inbound baseline. Johnson gets it into Mullins. Mullins walking it up. 23 seconds to play. Evan Mazingo on him. Mullins at the point. Backs it up to the logo. Mullins takes the three. Misses. Fight for the board is picked up by Willard. They got another shot at it. A cross-court pass over to Johnson. He recovers it. Johnson, 3 seconds to play. Last second shot is up and good. Oh my gosh. Mullins hits the last second shot. 74-72 our final score. A heartbreaker, an absolute heartbreaker. An absolute heartbreaker. Arabians lose the game.
He had 51 points.
51 points. That'll get you offers. Mullins calls game. But man, what a game for the Arabians. I know Pendletonites is heartbroken and it was just a tough game, but what a game. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network. Once again, final score, Greenfield Central 74, Pendletonites 72. You're listening to the Arabian Sports Network 91.7.